Hi guys, it's Jessica D 1987 coming at you guys again with another video. I'm trying to knock them all out today while I have a few quiet minutes to myself. This video is going to be entitled Life After the Marine Corps. And before I get started with this video, I want to let you guys know that there's so much stuff that entails, the lifestyle that an active duty Marine or active duty military personnel in general has, that there are going to be some follow-up videos featuring my husband, who is a former Marine as well, who has successfully transitioned over to the civilian side of things. And those two follow-up videos are going to be transitioning from civilian to active duty military. That's going to be one video. The next video is going to be transitioning from active duty military to civilian life. And that's how to do it successfully, because there are so many questions involving that topic. And I'm going to have him be the resident expert on that. He probably can describe it to you a lot better than I can. But back to the video at hand, Life After the Marine Corps. And this is just my experience. What I'm going to answer in this video are going to be, why did I join the Marine Corps? What did I get out of the Marine Corps? What I am doing now? And what are my future plans? Okay, let's jump right into it. The reason why I joined the Marine Corps was because back in 2005, right before I graduated from high school, I was a senior in high school. I was living in New Jersey going to high school. I left New Jersey and I finished up my senior year in Pensacola, Florida. Shouts out to Florida. My father's family lives there. My mother and my father aren't together. And from February until May, I was going to school down there. Now I had all these plans to go to college. I had already applied, like I said in a previous video. I had already applied, got accepted into a couple of schools, but I had to fill out the FAFSA, the financial aid. My mother wasn't my legal guardian at the time. She didn't have the rights to sign the FAFSA because you need a legal guardian or parent to sign for that. To make a long story short, I didn't have anybody to fill out the paperwork or to help me with the paperwork with the FAFSA. So I had to look for alternative means to go to school. So I was like, hey, what about the military? And I had a friend of mine who was in high school who was like, you should talk to my recruiter. And she was going into the Marine Corps at the time. I had talked to the Navy as well as the Air Force recruiter, and I had decided against them. It was waiting lists, pretty much all these other reasons why it wasn't going to work out with those branches. So I went into the Marine Corps in June of 2005. I started boot camp, and it's 13 weeks long. So when I graduated, I got stationed at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, which is where I still am today. Not for long, though. This is not a place I'm willing to call my home, let me tell you that. But this is where I am for now. And that's pretty much why I joined the Marine Corps. And why did I get out of the Marine Corps? I got out of the Marine Corps because I had 3 children when I was in. And you could just imagine how stressful that was, going to work every day while you're pregnant, while you're sick, or once you have the child, to put them in daycare and everything like that. And that's not something that I wanted. I didn't want to be a workaholic. It doesn't work for me. People who work and are parents, more power to you. It's just something that I never really wanted. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And because it's possible, because of my husband's job and, we're stable where I can stay at home, that's what I prefer pretty much. And, I met my husband when I was in the Marine Corps at the very beginning of my career. He was getting out, I was getting in. And, I didn't want both of us to be dual active duty military because of the whole deployment situation. Just pretty much been away from your family. And that's not something that I wanted to spend time away from my kids and not have them know me, spend 20 years or whatever in the Marine Corps. And they don't know who I am. I don't know anything about them. We're constantly going, or deployments or whatever have you is going on. So that's pretty much the main reason why I got out. Other stuff too. That's a whole other topic about being in the Marine Corps, being a female in the Marine Corps, even being African American. So when you take all those African American, female, pregnant mother in the Marine Corps, it was just a bad combination for me. So that's why I decided to get out. And I'm happy with my decision. What I'm doing right now, I am now a full-time stay-at-home mom of 3 wonderful children under the age of 3. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It's very rewarding. It's fun to get to see your kids grow up and play and have fun. And you're there, When my husband comes home, I'm here. We're playing, we go out, we have lots of fun. And I really do enjoy being a stay-at-home mom. Last question, what are my future plans? Well, you know, I do stay at home, and I also have a bakery, a licensed in-home bakery. Check out my website, www.sweettreatsbyjessica.com. I only do it in the local area, but hey, it couldn't hurt to take a look at it. Let me know what you guys think. My other future plans to expand that business from just a bakery to make it into a full all-out catering company once we move to our final destination, which is Virginia, is where we're going to try to buy a house, obviously, once we get out of Jacksonville, North Carolina. And I want to have a full catering business. It's something I love doing. I love entertaining. I love cooking for other people, and I would love to share that. And why not get paid for something that you love doing, you know? Because then it doesn't feel like a job, you know, if you're doing something that you love. Also, I plan to go back to school, get into school, and finish. I know it's really important to have a college education, and I don't want my kids just to see me as mom always having, you know, broom her hand, always clean, or, you know, put her goals on hold. You know, and there's always so many different options. You know, there's night classes, there's online school. So that's definitely something I want to get back into, school and expanding my business into an all-out catering business. And also, I'm very interested in natural hair. You know, I've been natural for about 1.5 years now, and I want to get into cosmetology and, you know, maybe one day dibble and dabble a little bit into doing hair. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave your comments below. I greatly welcome them. You know, and remember always to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Take care and God bless.